Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name is Neil and it's time for the next episode of Lost. We've gotten into the meat of season 3 now, I think, guys. We just watched episode 7, Not in Portland, and we're learning so much more about the others. We now know that they aren't just operating on the island, that they go to the quote real world and recruit. You know, we got this really cool backstory for Juliet now, which is in and of itself really cool, because now we're going to start getting backstory from more others, hopefully. One day we're going to get a Tom or a Ben backstory. These are things I'm really looking forward to. But my point being, 3 years ago, Juliet was a fertility doctor in Miami, and she got recruited by the others. Ethan was there, so Ethan apparently, the others have a way to get off the island, go to the real world, and bring the people they need. And why were they recruiting Juliet in particular? It has to obviously do with her expertise in the field of human fertility. During her interview, she was shown scans or x-rays of a woman who appeared to have the reproductive system basically of a 70-year-old, and yet she was in her 20s, which makes me think maybe there's a widespread problem amongst the others that they aren't fertile for some reason, that they can't reproduce, and they are in the search for somebody who can help cure them of that problem. And that's why they needed a Juliet. It would explain why they're always stealing children. They stole Alex 16 years ago. They stole the kids from the Tailies right away. They took Claire when she was pregnant. It's all about expanding the community by stealing children if they can't reproduce themselves. I think there's some truth in that, and I'm sure there's going to be more detail piled in eventually, but that's where my head's at right now as far as that's concerned. And it does lead into my next thought, which is about Alex. You know, we found out last episode that Ben is Alex's father. Yeah, my first reaction went sideways, and, you know, is she actually Ben's biological daughter? No, I think the obvious and simpler explanation is she was abducted so early that, as an infant, she was raised as Ben's child. She knows no different. She probably doesn't even know that she was ever abducted. The reason it took me a minute to get there is because when we go back to season 2, when we flash back to Claire escaping from the others, we really had Alex helping her and Danielle helping her. And while they weren't in concert, they were certainly working to the same end. And it felt, even though they weren't, it felt on a subconscious level like they were a team. And it's easy to read in a situation like that. You know, clearly Danielle maybe Danielle didn't even know that was Alex, but I think that Danielle knew that was in fact her daughter. And because they were cooperating, it's easy to make that subconscious link that Alex knew that was her mother as well. I apologize for the noises out in the hall. I'm going to keep talking, and hopefully they're going to stop soon. So yeah, Alex is more interesting now if she doesn't know she's abducted. She's really just a rebellious teenager. She's causing nuisance to the rest of the others. She's living on her own. They're obviously aware of her, but they're under some sort of orders because she's Ben's daughter, not to harm her. And yet, she helps Kate and Sawyer escape. She has random attacks on the work site. She, with a slingshot, is more of a threat than 3 men with guns, but we'll let that slide as a little bit of an A-team / money heist nod. The others obviously held Alex's boyfriend Carl captive first in the bear cage opposite Sawyer, and then he went to room 23, which is this sort of clockwork orange, nightmare-inducing conditioning room. It's also where a lot of you pointed out Walt was threatened with being taken back at the end of season 2. You know, he didn't want to go back there, so he cooperated with Mrs. Clue talking to Michael. And let's talk about that room. Lots of interesting messages. Apparently, if I play the audio in reverse, there's some hidden messages as well. But one of the things that flashed up on screen was, and let me get this exactly right so I don't get corrected by you guys. God loves you as he loved Jacob. And this is the second time we've been introduced to the name Jacob. First, we heard that Jack wasn't on Jacob's list. Back, I think in episode 6, maybe in episode 5. I think episode 6. And then in episode 7, we see Jacob's name again. So perhaps Jacob is the head of the others. We have up to this point assumed that it's Ben, but Ben has just been the face of them at this point, and it kind of makes sense that the absolute leader of the others wouldn't put himself in the circumstance that Ben put himself in by getting captured by our survivors back in season 2, even though it was intentional. But a trusted right-hand man might be tasked with that kind of mission. So who's Jacob? I'm sure we're going to find out. I'm looking forward to learning more about that. So far, we've just been teased that name a couple of times. Don't tell me, guys. Don't. I know you guys aren't technically dropping spoilers, but I used to really like going into the comments section, and now I get disappointed because, you know, we're introduced to a new company, Middleos, and I say I'd like to check out some anagrams for that. And then immediately in the comments section, you guys tell me what the anagram of it is. And now I don't have the opportunity to discover that for myself. And I know this show excites you guys, but you're stealing the excitement from me being a first-time viewer by not letting me take the opportunity to figure these things out for myself. Don't correct me if my first reaction to something is wrong. Don't, because you have the benefit of hindsight. I'm literally reacting as I watched this for the first time. I know I'm sounding like a spoiled asshole right now, but this bothers me. I want to be able to go into the comments section. I want to be able to interact with you guys, the viewers, and yet every time I go in, it's like, oh, I wish I didn't know that. I wish I had the chance to find that out for myself. And I know they're not technically spoilers, but it's kind of like if somebody's reading a mystery novel and I've just read the chapter where a new clue is revealed, and now you go, oh, and that means the killer is this. And it's like, I haven't gotten to the end of the book yet. Let me get there on my own, please. Please, guys, like, just show a little restraint, and I promise you my reactions will be better for it. My reactions will be better for it if you let me make more of these discoveries on my own. I know you love sharing details and facts about one of your favorite shows, and I love that too. But share with me behind the scenes trivia. Share with me your thoughts at the time that you saw this for the first time. Don't. Maybe it's too big an ask. I get how excited Losties are about such a cool show, and I apologize for going on a little rant there. Just where my head's at on this Saturday morning. I also apologize because I am falling behind. This reaction, which I'm doing on a Saturday, will hopefully be up by Monday, but there's no promise because I am in training all day tomorrow. I will do my darndest to get this out by Monday, but there's a possibility that in the next week or two or month I may not be able to stick to the 2 episodes of Lost a week, and I apologize in advance for that. I will do my darndest to avoid that, but I appreciate all of your patience. Okay. Episode 8. I'm excited to get into this. A lot of people are asking me if I've seen it yet, so that tells me it's probably going to be a really good one, but I have no idea what it's about. We know the Kate and Sawyer are on their way to rejoin the survivors on the main island. We know Jack is still a prisoner at Hydra Station. Juliet revealed to Jack that she too is a prisoner, and that Ben offered to send her home if she cooperated back in episode 7. Do I fully believe that? No, I don't believe anything that Ben or Juliet say. But it certainly seems designed to get Jack on Juliet's side. Yeah, let's jump into it, guys. This is episode 8 of season 3 of Lost, and it's called Flashes Before Your Eyes. And if that doesn't refer to room 23, what does?
I woke up in the jungle like this.
Are we getting more Desmond?
Locke's gonna go after them. He said so in his speech.
I don't know how yet, but I will.
We're finally getting back into crazy Desmond in his time loop deja vu. And why he set up a lightning rod. Awesome. Is there a chance Desmond's going backwards through time?
He'd want us to ransack his tent and take his stash?
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds exactly like Sawyer.
People need food. They need medical supplies. They need
porn.
shocking amounts of pornography.
I need you to come with me.
You guys find Echo?
Both of you.
Oh dear. They're just learning about Echo now. Are we going to find Turn Your Eyes to the Sky and Look North? What that's about? Okay.
Echo is dead.
How did he die?
The island killed him.
The smoke monster.
What do you mean the island killed him?
You know what it means.
Dude, you okay?
What is wrong with Desmond, indeed? What? Okay. What is...
There's someone else out there.
How did he know, and who is that, and...
Where's Claire?
Why is Claire drowning? How did he know?
Stand back, just give me some room.
Claire! Claire! Get back, Charlie. I know what I'm doing. Claire! Oh! Claire! Help me out. Let me help. Hang on, let me foot that. Go on, Charlie.
Hey, I'll take it. Where are you going? Hey, how did you know?
Desmond
I'll
sees
tell you how he knew.
he sees the future.
That guy sees a future, dude.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. How is Desmond suddenly seeing the future? What is going on? I mean, obviously, it all happened during that massive electromagnetic implosion event, but what the hell? Are we just going to leave Jack alone for an episode?
She's beautiful.
And Kate and Sawyer?
How you feeling?
Still a little shaken up.
Claire? I thought you were only going to be 5 minutes. Aaron's starving.
Yeah, sorry.
Charlie feels like Desmond's moving in.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Yep. Charlie's awfully insecure for a rock star.
I don't buy this precognitive insanity rubbish. Whatever happened to him, we're going to have to find out what it is.
Who's gonna know your plan before you even come up with it, dude?
In that case,
Get him drunk.
we're going to have to get him really bloody drunk. I'm sorry I wasn't more grateful. Brought a peace offering.
Thanks, but no. I spent a wee bit too much time drunk as of late.
It just says McCutcheon.
60-year McCutcheon.
All right, then. Let's have it.
So, Desi, how'd you know Claire was drowning?
I've got good hearing.
You, hear the lightning as well?
So that explains the lightning rod. It was just to take it away from Claire's tent. Right. That makes total sense.
I don't know how you're doing what it is you're doing, but I know a coward when I see one. Yeah! You don't want to know!
Are we gonna find out? We're going back.
I'll see you in another life, brother.
All right. What happened? Oh, interesting. Where are we?
God. Oh, my God. Des, are you all right?
Red paint.
Stay there. Hang on. I'm
He-
just getting ice.
Did he go back in time? He's like reliving everything?
Love, look at me. What's wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, he just went back 5 years? So he wow. 108. We know that's the sum of our numbers. What is going on?
How's that concussion?
Severe head injury is a small price to pay for the pleasure of having you move into my humble rat trap.
Finally getting some more Penny. I mean, like, such an interesting cliffhanger at the end of season 2 with her.
You don't really need a job from my father, Des.
It's not about the job. I want him to respect me.
If for some reason he's too daft to see how brilliant you are, it's not the end of the world.
What did you say?
We know that sound.
You all right?
Is this a flashback or is this his version of heaven?
Just had a bit of a deja vu, that's all.
Got a parcel here for 8:15.
8:15.
Excuse me.
Namaste. And a polar bear? Seriously?
You didn't tell me you were an actor, Desmond?
Father.
Any military experience?
No, sir.
No, so that's why he joins the military, to get respect.
I haven't come here to interview for a position in your company. I came here to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. Your permission would mean everything to me.
You're just not going to get
I'm
it.
impressed, Hume. You know anything about whiskey? This is a 60-year McCutcheon. Admiral McCutcheon was a great man, Hume. This was his crowning achievement. This swallow is worth more than you could make in a month. And to share it with you would be a waste. And a disgrace to the great man who made it.
Terrible fathers
Because
all
you,
around.
Hume, will never be a great man.
I know I'm not.
What you're not is worthy of drinking my whiskey. How could you ever be worthy of my daughter?
Does he enlist right away? Is that Charlie?
And after all my wonderwall. Thank you.
And he recognizes him.
How do I know you?
I don't.
Where do I know you from?
Can you get some help?
Charlie.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Sign.
Hieronymus. Charlie's middle name is Hieronymus. Hieronymus Bosch.
There was a computer, there was a button, we were on an island.
This is why we don't do drugs.
No, I remember this all happened before. I remember this. He said I wasn't worthy, and then I came down and I took off my tie and then it started to rain and. What do you know about time travel? Just tell me if it's possible.
Which part? The island full of mysterious hatches, or the computer which keeps the world from ending?
No, look. Is it possible that I've somehow managed to go back in time and I'm now living my life over again?
Penny's father berates you for not being a great man, and voila, you've dreamed a future where you push a button to save the world.
I remember things.
What happens next?
Are we hearing this song?
I remember this.
Yeah, it's the first song we hear at the start of season 2.
Yes?
Like
You're worrying me now?
Great Bridge come back from 2 goals down in the final 2 minutes to win this game was a bloody miracle.
Blakeman.
Jimmy Lennon's going to come through that door and hit the bartender right in the head with a cricket bat because he owes him money. They'll score the first goal right now.
Get to the custom for Batista now! Brilliant!
They won.
It's
Jimmy
all
Lennon.
different.
Cricket bat.
Oh, fascinating. It's not all quite the way, maybe it's...
There's no such thing as time travel, Des. True love can be just as unlikely. If you love Penny, stop messing about and marry her.
Didn't get the job.
No, your father was lovely.
Lies.
Just both agreed that I wasn't exactly qualified.
Let me take you out tomorrow. Let's go for lobsters on the pier.
I don't think my failure to impress your father is any occasion to celebrate.
Well, the occasion is I love you.
Why?
Because you're a good man. In my experience, they're pretty hard to come by.
Never done this before, have you?
Is it that obvious?
I have just the thing. This won't blind any queens, to be sure, but still has the sparkle of life.
It's perfect. I'll take it.
No, you won't.
What? What? What is going on?
Don't understand.
This is wrong. You don't buy the ring. You have second thoughts. You walk right out that door. So come on, let's have it.
She... What? Oh, this is so confusing and weird and awesome.
Don't buy the ring, Desmond.
How do you know my name?
Well, I know your name as well as I know that you don't ask Penny to marry you. In fact, you break her heart to enter that sailing race to prove her father wrong, which brings you to the island where you spend the next 3 years of your life entering numbers into the computer until you are forced to turn that fail-safe key.
And live the loop all over again.
And if you don't do those things, Desmond David Hume, every single one of us is dead. So give me that sodding ring.
There's a mindfuck. You have to play this like 5-year-ish loop over and over and over again forever to save the world.
Who are you?
Man, they really had to dress up Honolulu to look like London.
This isn't really happening, is it? You're my subconscious. You're here to talk me out of marrying Penny. There is no island, there is no button. It's madness. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her.
No, Desmond. You're not.
Oh my God. You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Then why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you do anything?
Because it wouldn't matter. The universe, unfortunately, has a way of
Happening.
course correcting. That man was supposed to die, just as it's your path to go to the island. You don't do it because you choose to, Desmond. You do it because you're supposed to.
It's all about fate. Fate, fate, fate.
I can choose whatever I want.
Well, let's test that theory, shall we?
Pushing that button is the only truly great thing that you will ever do.
Interesting.
How much for the ring?
Yeah, enlists right here. The man you can be proud of. No, not going to do it just yet. But he knows he did it.
Am I late?
Right on time.
Ah, here we go. Beautiful marina scene.
Yeah, let's do that.
Still wanting it.
Oh, so this becomes the photo that he keeps. Got it.
Instant classic. Small price to pay for the memories, right?
Yeah, there's the photo.
I couldn't go through with that. I can't do this.
This is when it happened? Like, is this how it happened the first time?
You deserve someone better.
I know what I deserve. I chose to be with you. I love you.
Love's not enough. Being a good man is not enough.
If you want me to leave, then don't make this about what I do or don't deserve. And have the decency to admit that you're doing this because you're a coward.
I'm sorry. We're not supposed to be together.
Yeah. Okay, that ring's more important than I thought it was going to be. You don't end with a shot like that unless it is.
I think I've made the biggest mistake of my life. And the worst part is, I'm pretty sure I've made it before.
That's what they call deja vu, mate.
And now this is the game with the comeback. Is it?
I had the wrong night. I was right. I can still change things.
Where the hell's my money?
Hey, Doug, brother!
Oh! Whoa, whoa, what just happened? And now he's back on the island. So he only got, like, back in time for... So, none of this explains how he knew about the lightning strike, how he knew about Claire, because this all happened before any of that. He didn't know about the speech. Yeah, the hatch is all blowed up. Is that his book? Yeah, but it still doesn't explain how he sees the future. But he gets the photo.
Please. Let me go back. I'll do it right. I'll do it right this time.
Man.
I'm sorry, Penny.
It's really about second chances, isn't it?
I don't know how you're doing what it is you're doing, but I know a coward when I see one.
Yeah, don't call him a coward.
I don't want to know what happened to me. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
You can't change it no matter what you try to do. You just can't change it.
So, I'm sorry I tried to strangle you, all right?
Oh, fair play, mate. Here we go.
Fair play, mate.
Desmond, you are going to tell me what happened to you.
My life flashed before my eyes. And then I was back in the jungle. Those flashes, they didn't stop.
You tell me you saw a flash of Claire drowning this morning. That's how you knew how to save her.
I wasn't saving Claire, Charlie. I was saving you. You dove in after Claire. When I saw the lightning hit the roof, you were electrocuted. I've tried, brother. I've tried twice to save you, but
Charlie's...
the universe has a way of course correcting, and
Charlie's gonna die?
I can't stop it forever. No matter what I try to do. You're gonna die, Charlie. Okay. I didn't know Lost was going to be a time travel show. I'm not even sure if it is, but we're getting awfully close if we're not. On its surface, this is just a flashback. Except maybe it's an actual flashback, you know, or is it like he explained at the very end, his life flashing before his eyes, but he's aware of it, and therefore his life is going slightly differently, and you know he has this weird conversation with the jeweler in the antique store over chestnuts about, you know, the universe course correcting, not being able to change the future. It's all about fate. The guy in the red shoes was fated to die, and now Desmond believes Charlie is fated to die. Apparently, ever since he's come back and woke up in the jungle, he's having these flashes of the future, and whether Desmond actually went back in time or not, I'm going to say yes, he did. And then getting hit by the cricket bat was what brought him back to the island somehow. I can't even believe I'm saying these words. It just doesn't. I buy it. Sure. It doesn't that mechanism doesn't fully explain why he's having these precognitive visions on the island, and yet he is. He foresaw Locke's speech. He foresaw the lightning hitting Claire's tent. He foresaw Charlie drowning, saving Claire. Charlie's gonna die? Desmond thinks. Is he actually going to die? Is this Dominic Monaghan saying it's been fun, but 3 seasons is enough? Or is this something else? I don't know. It's the first time we've sort of really had some blatant foreshadowing of somebody's death, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, how long are we going to keep this threat that Charlie might die sort of hanging over the audience? Is that going to be resolved in episode 9, or is this something that's going to drag on until the end of the season and Desmond's going to save him a few times more between now and then? Who knows? This felt like a very different episode from Lost in general. And of course we've had some, you know, the show's certainly evolved, but you know, this one lived a lot of it in flashback, more than normal, in London. Really got to know more about Desmond and Penny's relationship, what drove Desmond to leave Penny, join the military. All comes down to sense of self-worth and respect and pride and all of these sorts of things. You know, not feeling worthy, I guess. You know, he wanted to be a man with purpose, a man who did something great
And maybe, like the white-haired woman said, the one great thing that Desmond ever did was push that button. But every time he pushed the button, he saved the world. So that's pretty great. That's pretty great. It's fascinating. I can never predict where this show is going. I thought from that title that we might be going back to Room 23, and boy was I wrong. We didn't go back to Hydra at all. We didn't go to Kate and Sawyer. Are we ever going to reunite our survivors this season, or is Jack going to remain a prisoner all season long, having his own storylines with Juliet? I'm guessing Kate and Sawyer will make it back to our survivors in the next episode, but I might be wrong. I mean, they do have to paddle 2 miles and then sail 2 miles and then go all the way around the island to the other side of the island. Otherwise, we would have spotted Hydra before. So yeah, what's coming next? I just don't know. If you know, don't tell me in the comments. Hold your tongue. Let me discover it. Let me figure things out. I love this show, but every time I wade into the comment section, and I'm sorry, I'm harping on this a little bit. I feel like even though you're not telling me the future, you are taking away the mystery for me. When you tell me the thing I should have figured out immediately. Let me have some time to process. When you guys watched this for the first time, you had a week to process each episode. You probably you True Losties probably rewatched it a few times and had some time to process and let your thoughts evolve. And I'd love the same opportunity. I want to participate more in the comment section, but I really can't these days. But that being said, don't hear what I'm not saying. I love the community I've built here. I love that so many of you are so invested in this show, and I love that my reactions are something that interest and excite you, and I'm not going to stop. I'm loving this show. I cannot wait to reach the conclusion of this, even if it is more than it's probably 6 months away at this point. I guess I'm just sort of being a little bit selfish. And sometimes you need to be selfish. Sometimes you need to look out for yourself first and foremost. And that's where my head's at right now. So this is me just standing up for my reactor rights. And I hope that you respect them. And if you don't, fair play. That's up to you. I would love, if you think I'm being unreasonable, let me know why in the comments. But I read them more than I should, and I'm disappointed because of it sometimes. Anyway, I'm in a weird mood today, guys, and I'm sorry, but I am really glad I got to see that episode. I'm going to jump into the next one shortly here, and until you see that reaction, thank you so much for joining me as always. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.